In this video, I'm going to show you a very powerful and easy-to-use tool for audiobook narration and audiobook processing. I will be using Auphonic, and there is a specific setting inside Auphonic that makes audiobook narration almost hassle-free. You can see the Auphonic interface on the screen now. I'll go back to Audacity and show you something important. This is a raw voice recording, and I'll check it first. Let's run an ACX check on this audio. You can see that this audio is not passing the ACX requirements. The RMS value is failing. The peak level is quite close to the ideal level of -3, but the RMS is still far from the required range. If you have any experience with audio editing, you already know how difficult it can be to get both the peak and the RMBs to the correct levels for this type of audio. But when we use Auphonic, it works like magic. I'm showing this example inside Audacity, but this method will work with any audio editing software you use. I'm using Audacity here because it allows us to see the peak, RMS, and noise floor all in one place, which makes it easier to explain. Now, I'll drag and upload the original recording into Auphonic. Here is my recording, and I'll upload it to Auphonic. Once the file is uploaded, I can process this audio using a preset. If you have opened an Auphonic account, you won't see this preset. This is a custom-made preset that I created specifically for audiobook narration. If you want this preset, you can get it from the link in the description. You can purchase it directly from that link. Now, when I click the Start Production button, the audio will be processed for audiobook narration. You can see the progress while the audio is being processed. Here you can see the waveforms. The bottom waveform is the original recording, and the top waveform is the processed version. You can clearly see that the processed waveform on top is much more uniform and consistent. It already looks much better, and this consistency is exactly what we want for audiobooks. Now I can download the processed audio. I'll download it and open it again in Audacity. At this point, I have both the original recording and the processed recording inside Audacity. Because I'm using a free Auphonic account for this demo, Auphonic adds a short audio clip at the beginning and the end of the processed file. I'll play that briefly and then remove it.
Free audio post-production by Auphonic.com.
I'll simply remove the added audio from the beginning and the end. Now, if I run the ACX check on the processed audio, you can see that it passes all the ACX parameters. It also meets all the technical requirements for ACX. If I check the original audio again, you can clearly see that it is still failing. So technical measurements are important, but they are not the only thing that matters. You also need to make sure the audio actually sounds good.
William Hope and the Princess. Part 1. For England, yar. Here now, fair warning, by ways of a disclaimer. This book, well, it contains a bit of spicy language. William Hope and the Princess. Part 1. For England, yar. Here now, fair warning, by ways of a disclaimer. This book, well, it contains a bit of spicy language from time to time, but no such words in this here tale are meant to offend. It's just elastic uses of language, the finest English language, of course, to accentuate the fun of human interaction and expression. Bit of fun in that. There you are. Nose. Chapter 1. A Fine Morning. 6th of November, 1587. A blaze of vivid orange ripped through the darkness where the ocean swelled against the sky. It burned the linings of several purple clouds scattered randomly across the horizon. William Hope was...
When we listen to both versions and compare them, you can hear that the processed audio sounds much better. And the best part is that we achieved this without touching any complicated settings. We use just one preset to get this level of quality for audiobook narration. If you want this Auphonic preset, you can get it from the link in the description. Also, remember that Auphonic is free to try. You can create a free Auphonic account and test it yourself. And if you use my preset, you can produce ACX quality audio from your recordings with very little effort. All the links will be on the description and pinned comment.